Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Kim, aka Brick Artisan. We're here with another alternative build of a friend set. But some of you might be thinking, oh no, another friend set. Some of you might be thinking, yay, another friend set. But most of you might not have considered that it's actually the friend's apartment set rather than the themed ones. So this one will be a bit different, considering that we'll be using a set that has about 2,050 pieces, and what we will need basically is the base plate. The pavement tiles are optional, so you can still build the alternative design using the parts from the official set and the base plate, but you don't necessarily need to have any other pieces unless you intend to pave it similar to the ways that the modular buildings have. I've been designing this for quite a while now. When I first saw the Friends apartment set, I initially wanted it to become the building that it has become now, which is the SIT complex, but I also saw the potential for it to become other than that. Given how diverse the pieces are, you have lots of colorful one by one plates and tiles and bricks as well. So you can definitely make use of those parts for a separate building that is totally different from what it was intended to be. Although the challenge there was, first, it didn't have a base plate, and the second was that, again, you mostly had plates and then small pieces, but you didn't have enough wall for a bigger building such as what you would have for the modulars. So that was quite challenging given the restriction that we have with the parts, but I made sure that I utilized the parts that were available and avoided using any other parts aside from the base plate and the pavement tiles. Anyway guys, I won't talk too much now. I'll just do the usual, where I post the progress photos of the build and then do an overview of the exterior and interior at the end of the video. I hope you guys stay up to the end so that you will be able to see how it looks. And here we have the final design for our modification. This is called the Friends Business Corner. And as you can see, there are different business establishments that I built all throughout each level. And also, I built this without the tiles for the pavement, just to show you that you can build this set with just the official set 10292 and one base plate. The other remaining parts are mainly for the pavement, which is optional. If you choose to use different parts or tiles for the pavement, then that's possible, and that means it makes it easier for you to build this and just follow up with the pavement later on if you choose to do that. Now, what I really like about this one is, firstly, I did the side where you have this two-level building, It's a bit shorter than the usual 3-level modular buildings, but it makes up for the height. As you can see here and here, you have about 10 bricks high on the ground floor and another 10 bricks high for the second level, and not counting the roof itself. So it's about the same height as you would see in other 2-level modulars like the brick bank or the 2-level building in the detective's office. So even though it's a bit shorter than the other modulars, it can still fit really well, and I'll be able to show that once I place this one in our Lego town. And on this side now, you have a 3-level building where you have the pizza place or restaurant on the ground floor, and then you have an office here for Ross, and then a bedroom for Joey, or it can also be somewhere that they could hang out or just, play some silly games. It has also a rooftop at the top level of this building here. You can see there, and there's Phoebe over there, which I'll be able to show in detail as we go through the interior details. I'm very happy to showcase this portion of the build here, where I think it's very classy and very detailed with the facade. You have here a TV where people that pass by could be able to see the sports or news, and then you have there the sign for the bag, which is sort of like an indication that it is a classy fashion shop. And then for this part, for the windows, I used snot technique, and I used also clear plates and dark blue and black plates to create that different style of window, as well as these other gribbles on the sides to make it shaped like a different style of window. And also you can see at the top part here, you have the golden frying pan, sort of like an emblem or an additional detail for the roof. The grilled pieces here that are the bricks also make up some more details that are quite good, especially on this side as well. Now, this is the portion where you have the front part of the building for the medium nougat, as well as a balcony for the lavender building or the lavender level. There is also the stairs here. This one is a bit basic. I was going for a sort of like a rundown building that would need some improvement, and it's for my imagination like Joey found this building and wanted to try to get it renovated or turn it into a business for the friends. So here the medium nougat transitions into the tan color. This is the stairs that leads up to the upper levels, and you can see there all the different printed or sticker pieces so that you can make up so much more details on this side. This is sort of like more of the realistic side where not everything is perfect, although I would recommend for those who have extra parts to sort of clean this up and renovate it. The problem that we have with this set is that there is a lot of variety in terms of the colors, which is nice in terms of design, but when you try to go for consistency, like for example this here, you have dark tan and then tan, and then later on we don't have any more pieces, so I have to use light bluish gray and brown. So if I were to modify this even further and improve it, I would clear up this portion, the portion here as well. But overall, for the facade in front, it's quite nice, and I don't think we can improve the front any further than maybe just a few bits of here, additional details here and there. But this one definitely has room for improvement. But then again, it would be covered by the other buildings here and here, so you wouldn't be able to see them anyway. So it's optional for you to try to modify this further if you want to. Now let's move on to the interiors. For the fashion shop, you have on the wall some bags, purses, and other accessories for the ladies. And then also here you have some printed bags in this area, as well as some blue colored bags at the bottom part. And then for the display, you have some more bags and purses, although they are very simple in a way that I've just used plates, tiles, and slopes to create these designs. It's just more on using the imagination that technically the minifigures will be holding 1x1 or 1x2 plates or tiles, which would serve as bags or purses for them. So that's just what I thought of when I was trying to create this. I used this sort of like 1x2 plate with handles to represent bags as well. Although if you have lots of real minifig bags like this one, you can replace this portion here so that you'll be able to further improve upon this area. Also, some suggestions would be some perfumes or jewelries or any other accessories that come from the Friends theme series or the creator sets as well. On this part, as you enter through the door, you have a cash register here, and then a kitchen where Joey and most likely Chandler would prepare their pizza. You have here two ovens, one at the bottom and then on the other top portion. And then it's just a very simple layout, but still quite detailed in terms of having all sorts of bricks, tiles, and plates to represent condiments and other ingredients for pizza. You have here the stairs as shown earlier. Further improvement can be done on this part, where if I were to have enough parts, I would cover this area as well and make it part of the building, and reduce the potential knocking off of these pieces. Although they are still quite connected to the set, it is still preferable if they were to have a complete connection and bricks underneath this area. Also, some room for improvements here. If you have some more tile pieces for the area or the separation here, then definitely it would add up and make it look nicer and more clean. Here you have also a rotating table, just to show you. And then you have here the TV. I think this one is Dr. Dre Ramore. And then here you have the sports TV, which you can flip around if you want. So more details outside. Now, Monica's kitchen is one of the nicer areas of the building, including the fashion shop at the bottom, and I think the guys got the short end of the stick when it comes to parts usage. But yeah, as you can see here, Monica has a full set of kitchen with some ingredients and the cupboards, and then you have the sink, you have there a mixer, an oven, and then you have the stove over there. You have the refrigerator and some more ingredients and condiments on that side, and it looks really nice and well put out because this was one of the main parts that I finished first. So I had more parts to work with. And you have here a cake, some chairs and a table, and again here you can see clearly the window design that I used for this one in a snot technique. It's still quite small compared to other modular buildings, but then it has a lot of details, and I would say this is about the size of the area that you have for the townhouse on the bookshop or the bookshop itself. I'm very happy with how this one turned out, especially for the outside. It looks really, really nice. And then here you have a simple office. You have there some papers with a ticket on top of the cabinet. You have a chair and a desk here, including the book that comes with the set. And then you have here the door access to the balcony. And then I used the window pieces as a step ladder at an angle because this set does not have stairs or parts that I could have used for a ladder, so I worked with this one, and I think it's a good way to use those pieces. Although definitely if we can replace that with a proper ladder, then I'll definitely do that later on. On the top level here, after accessing through the step ladder, you have a dartboard, Joey's bed, some of his stuff like the dog, and then you have notes over there, and a small table here with a cup. And then to have access to this area here, I just used some plates and bricks, sort of like creating a ladder as well. And then here we have the sofa that is similar to the build that we have with the friend's apartment, and another table here as well as on that side. So it's pretty simple but quite detailed still, especially using the parts that came with the set. And yeah, of course, here we have a window with a bottle. I think I've shown this one earlier anyway. So here you have the cat, and I'll move along with the final part of the building. And here we have the roof of this medium nougat building, which has a 3D sign of a pizza, and then you have here the word pizza itself. So you have some lights on top of it to showcase it during the nighttime. And what we can do later on is put some more of flowers here so that it would look nicer, especially also on this side, so that it could match better with the building here. So I think this is a nice addition to the Lego town, and it's a good contrast between something fancy and classy versus something rugged and sort of like needs renovation. Also, these are the remaining parts. You still have the canoe and these special modified plates or tiles. I would still consider them more on the tiles, and a few other small pieces that I could still probably add on later when I do further modifications of this building, because as you can see as well, it doesn't occupy too much space on the 32 by 32 base plate, and you still have a lot of access here Um, One option is to create a scene here with a few more tables or a walkway or something. But another option, if I were to do this again later in when I do my second pass on it and third pass, is to extend the width of this one by 4 studs, and probably include this as part of the interior of the building, so the stairs would be inside the building going through and accessing the upper levels. Those are just some options that we can do for this building, but overall I'm happy with how this one turned out, especially when we look at it from this side. I've been looking for some more corner buildings to create and add to my Lego town, because I want to have sort of like small streets on the side where people could walk through and be able to view the other modulars from the other side of the buildings, or the street rather. Anyway, yeah, let's have a look at this with other modular buildings so that you can see and scale up how it matches with the other buildings. So this is not the final position, but I just wanted to show you guys how it would look like beside other modular buildings. And like I mentioned before, the lavender building is not as tall as a regular 3-level building, but then it matches up well with buildings like this one, and it creates an access to be able to view other modulars or other scenes at the back. It's not all tall buildings here and there, so you have that flow of different styles and different levels of buildings around your Lego town. So what I'll be doing now is again rearranging the layout to fit not only this one but also our other new official set, which is the Sanctum Sanctorum. Now we have 2 corner buildings that we could play around with, and yeah, definitely I will pave this area or further modify this building here, so that it would look bigger and fit in better. Anyway, I'm very happy with how this one turned out, and if you like this design, the instructions are now available on rubricable.com, belverbricks.com, and mocsmarket.com. Again, you can build this MOC with just set 10290 and the base plate, and then the tileworks are optional parts that you can add if you want to. That's it for now. Until next time, bye!